Yeah.
At the same time, Aunt Rachel, Uncle George, and they would race.
Oh yeah.
And Doug would puke, and he'd have to stop.
On that Georgetown Hill, all those curves.
On those curves, but Mom and Daddy would always say, "Now, get those girls a new outfit to wear. I mean, you had to dress up to go to Cynthiana. Yeah, and don't be going over there acting stupid.
Yeah. I mean, Aunt Mary.
Mind your manners.
Aunt Mary said we just come, just shake your cheeks and hug you. In Cynthiana, right there by the golf course, Aunt Betsy and Uncle Lewis, and then Aunt Tilly and Uncle Bill.
Aunt Mary Sue and Claude lived in
downtown Cynthiana.
No, but Aunt Mary Sue and Claude and Aunt Betsy and Lewis all lived in the same subdivision.
Yeah.
And we'd go over there, and by then we were teenagers.
Yeah, Uncle Bill.
And Uncle Lewis was a roller skater, and we'd all go roller skate. Mm-hmm. Well, Aunt Betsy roller skated.
Now, he played golf too, I know. That's why, and Aunt Betsy did. That's why they moved on. There was a golf course right close to that subdivision.
Uncle Bill would give you bubble gum all the time.
Candy. He always brought candy. I remember when I was a kid, that's the first thing he'd show up, and I'd say, where's the candy's going to hand out?
Yeah, he always give everybody candy and bubble gum.
Mm-hmm. Now tell me about your dad and my grandpa. What were they like?
What were they like?
Were they together all the time, like the King brothers?
Yes. Over in the shop.
Mm-hmm.
You know the shop.
I know the shop.
Mom would get furious. This was when Daddy was older.
Yeah.
And he wasn't farming really. Yeah. You know, maybe he had to feed dogs every morning or a little bit of something, or put out hay maybe. In fact, I think this would have been even after he quit putting out hay. Leanne was doing it. But they would have a daily meeting in the shop, and Mom would say, "Y'all are just stirring stuff up. Get home and do something."
Yeah, Garnet would come over, and then he'd go home, and then he'd come back in the afternoon, and he'd always sit in his cane and tell Tom what he's not doing right. You got to be doing it, because Tom was just beginning farming.
And Uncle Garnet and as they got older, Uncle Garnet and Uncle George and Daddy would go over there in that shop. Mm-hmm. Who knows who all? They talked about all of us.
Uncle Everett would go over there.
Yeah.
When he after retired.
What are they doing over there every day?
They just sit around and talk.
Sit and talk about all their, probably all their kids, and then by then grandkids. And like Billy said, what we were doing wrong.
Uncle Garnet would talk about his arthritis. They'd all talk about their pains.
Their pains.
Because I'd go over and listen to them sometimes. Because I was just, your mom and I weren't married very long. I would go there. And Tom and I always felt sorry for Tom, because they always kind of said what he should be doing better.
I remember.
Well, Dad told me this story, I think, and he made $20 on the whole crop or something, and he was going to
You're kidding.
He was going to town, and he had a hole in his pocket. He had lost the money.
A whole year's worth of. Oh my God.
Yeah, I always tell that story about people. I said, well, I got an uncle that worked a whole year in tobacco and lost everything. I mean, that's a story I always used to hear.
I don't think.
So did that Uncle Harold?
Yeah, I heard that.
It was always
now, whether that was a true or not, but I think Dad told me that story about it.
It was always a big deal when they took tobacco off.
Oh, yeah. Well, what you would do, you had a kind of a community store, and you charged everything the whole summer, and then you paid it off at the end of the year.
Up at Ellis Ray Baird's.
Yeah, or even back in Kentucky, you paid it off at the end of the year with your tobacco crop. That's how everybody did it.
And over at Diefenbach.
Ellis Ray Baird would carry you. You go by. It's like Rural King now. He'd carry you the whole year on fee. Even when I was starting.
And he had a big, like a wooden barrel.
Yeah.
And he'd put tickets in there.
Yeah, tickets just kept in. He had cash everywhere. They didn't have a clue what he had, what he owed, or who owed him.
Yeah. I've got some tickets from stuff that Mom and Dad bought
Yeah.
at Diefenbach's, a place in Sellersburg. Equipment and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
But-
And I got some tickets that Aileen kept a book
Oh gosh.
of every cent
Yeah, I didn't know it. But he.
that they spent. I mean, and there's some entries in there like 3 cents screws.
Yeah, he got
Is
sick
that
down,
nice?
and he got down out of Bardstown. Yeah, he got sick down there. And
But Daddy and Uncle George, I don't know, they just were always together
yeah, they was really close.
doing stuff. They were close.
I know Uncle Harold was really upset when Dad died. And Froman couldn't
Oh,
even
there's
come to
Carol
the funeral.
Sue.
Yeah.
So.
Who's